Today's video is about how water impacts me, what I do for drinking water, which is pretty obvious. Right now I'm getting it from this glacier machine at 40 cents per gallon. I'm putting the water into 1-gallon containers that I bought in grocery stores or gas stations as I travel. I've spent probably $1 for most of these containers, but some of them have cost me $4 in a gas station where they're in a cooler. In my bus, I have a 20-gallon tank, and I have another 5-gallon portable container that I could use and fill up at one of these glacier machines or any other dispenser. I basically drink and cook with about 1 gallon per day. This gives me about 5 days of just drinking and making coffee and cooking. The 20-gallon tank has an electric pump, so I use it for rinsing my hair, showering, and sometimes washing dishes. The 5-gallon container I also use for washing dishes. But for drinking water, I prefer these little 1-gallon containers because I can actually sit one by my seat and drink from it while I'm driving. And to get rid of all this water I consume, I use a porta potty with a 3-gallon tank. Unless I'm lucky enough to be parked beside a washroom, I have to change that porta potty every 3 days, at least. Water is one of those things that everybody with a mobile lifestyle has to consider almost every day. Tanks, little containers. We all are going to deal with our water supply in different ways, but it's something that we all have to deal with. The hardest thing about shooting this little video is how do I get 5 gallons of water back to my truck while I film it? That's not an easy task. There's another kind of water in my life, and it's not work at all. Moments like this is exactly what makes me live in my bus and fuels my travel. Last few days have been pretty wet and kind of stormy. We had big winds or bigger winds and lots of rain. Red sky at night, sailor's delight. It means we're going to have a little less rain and a lot more sun in the next few days. To me, this is like the sun burning off the clouds and triumphantly going to sleep. This footage was put together in a big hurry because the sun had actually just set before I started shooting this. I grew up by the ocean, almost never more than 2 miles from the ocean, except for a few years where I had moved away from my home city in Vancouver. So I'm in absolute awe of the sunsets over my ocean. So living in my bus, water is an almost daily chore of some sort, but it's also brings me some of the most beautiful places that I can imagine and the most beautiful experiences as it rocks me to sleep all night long.